What's up YouTube, it's Matthew here and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to bring you all along with me to pick up my assignment fee check at a title company. Now make sure you like this video. By liking this video, as you all know, this channel becomes more discoverable, and comment down below. Let me know down in the comments what kind of videos you all are looking for, and if you all have any questions about finding title companies. Hopefully you all can hear me right now. I'm just inside my car, but there's kind of a busy street right beside me that people are driving on and whatnot. And I'm outside the title company right now about to pick up my check. So I'm just going to bring you all along. You all will hear what I say. I'm not going to be pointing the camera in their faces or anything, but I'm just going to hang it down below. And I'm just gonna say, hey, you know, my name's Matthew or whatnot. I'm here to pick up my assignment fee check, and then we'll go back inside somewhere and I can break down how to find a title company as a new wholesaler, as a beginner wholesaler, and how I found mine. I'll tell you the different steps, the different strategies and free ways that you can find a title company, how you can have them work for you in a way. So let's just head inside right now. I'm just going to get this camera now. Let me grab my stuff. This is the title company. Hello. Hi, how are you? Good. My name is Matthew Leonard, here to pick up the Stonewater Realty. Yeah. Are you Susan? Yes. Yeah. Nice to finally meet you. I know we talked over the phone a bunch of times.
Here. I've got, here we go.
All right, thank you.
So much.
Have a good day. All right, y'all. So I just walked in there, just picked up my check. This is getting super bright, super bright, super bright. So about to head inside and show you all exactly what I did to find a title company that works for you as a wholesaler and to do assignments and double closes. All right, you all, so I just want to show you all the check right here. This is my company, Stonewater Realty LLC. The amount, $15,000. Hopefully that looks decent for you all. And then, yeah, go ahead inside and I'll break down how I found this title company. All right, YouTube, so now I'm inside so I can break down exactly how I was able to find a title company and how you as wholesalers can find a title company. So number one, how did I find this title company? So finding a title company as wholesalers, I know I'm saying title company a lot, or attorneys, because some states use attorneys, can be a little bit challenging, and it takes a lot of hard work, and it takes getting rejected and people calling you a fraud, honestly, because the way I recommend it, I actually have a video about how to find the best title company, but all you do is use Google, right? So what I did to find title companies around my area is all I did was I called up, I Google searched title company in my area, right? Go on Google Maps and they have a list of title companies, right? And so from that list, I just called each one of them. Hey, and this is what I asked. Hey, can I speak to your closing agent? Because your closing agents will know exactly what you all deal with, what kind of transactions they know how to do. A lot of times, the front desk worker may not know the different terminology about closing, which is crazy, and they work at a title company. And so, yeah, you should say, hey, hello, can I speak with a title closing agent or a closing agent? And they may ask you, hey, so do you have a contract with them, and what property is this for? And to say, yeah, I currently have a property under contract. If you do, you know, you can say something like that. And I just have some questions to see if they're able to facilitate this sort of transaction. And even when I already had a title company, what I would say sometimes when I was calling other ones would be, hey, you know, I worked with this title company, just wanted to compare, contrast the different title companies to see if you all do certain types of transactions. And, you know, that creates more of a urgency, like, oh no, we want their business, you know? And so I just call them up. And once you get in contact with like your attorney or the closing agent, you ask, okay, hi, my name is Matthew. I'm an investor. I assign contracts to investors. You can be real with the closing agent. You want to say that you're a wholesaler if they know that term. And to say, hey, do you all do assignments on contracts? All right, that's the terminology that you're supposed to ask your closing agent. Okay, and that's basically your regular assigning, which is wholesaling, which is you flip a contract, you get a property under contract, you assign that contract to another buyer. And so that's one of the questions you should be asking your closing agent. Do you all do assignments on contracts? And then number two, do you all double close? So double closing is basically when you and the seller, you all have an agreement, you all close, and then that same day you close with the buyer. You and your buyer have a separate purchase and sales contract, and you all close. And so you may be having to pay, some different fees or whatnot, or there's other ways to avoid those fees, but we're not getting into that in this video. And so that's basically, those are the two main questions you should ask these closing agents. So number one, you go through the list on Google and search for different title companies. And then from there, you ask for their closing agent. And then number three, you ask the closing agent, hey, do you all do assignments on contracts and double close? If they say yes, hooray. You just write them down. You just be like, okay, perfect. In the future, I'm going to reach out to you all when I have contract signed, and I look forward to this relationship, to sending you all more business. And if they say, what is that? You can briefly explain to them what it is. And sometimes they don't know what it is. They may think it's illegal. And if they think it's illegal, don't even work with that title company. But if they kind of don't know, you can kind of tell them, and it may trigger their memory or something. Or you may just have to sit down with them and just tell them the process. And if they're, okay with doing that, still go with them. Now, with this particular deal, this deal that I just closed last week that you all saw, the deal breakdown, I'll leave a link down below. It was a driving for dollar lead that I assigned for $15,000 to my cash buyer. And so with this title company, I actually closed with a title company that another investor recommended me to, because he wanted to close with them. I was like, okay, sure, as long as they do assignments on contracts. And they were able to do it. And then this other buyer that I worked with, he also likes this title company. So I was all like, okay, yeah, we can use them again, no problem at all. So closing went well. As you all saw, I got the check. And the thing with closing is that the seller was out of state, right? And so we had to overnight her the documents, and she had to overnight it back. And so that was some fees that the buyer had to pay and different things like that. And it kind of delayed it one day because we were supposed to close on a Friday. We ended up closing on a Monday. And so with that, closing was delayed just a little bit, but I was able to just come in like the next day on Tuesday to pick up the check, as you all see in the video. And yeah, sometimes you're going to have to deal with that when you're closing with an out-of-state seller or even an out-of-state buyer, dealing with the logistics of sending overnight documents and making sure your title company really can, make those things work, because like some people are like, oh no, they have to be in person. No, like chill. If you've done this before, you know what to do, right? Another thing is, as a wholesaler, be good to your title company, Always talk to them politely, treat them nicely. If you want to send them flowers on Mother's Day, Mother's Day is next Sunday, or some chocolate, do that for them. And always make sure when you bring a contract or agreement to them that you're actually closing on the deal. That was one of the mistakes I made as a beginner, is that when I was first starting, I was just sending contracts so they can just do a title search, but I never had a buyer in place or anything, and it kind of just wasted their time, and they didn't take me seriously in some title companies. But now I usually have an agreement and an assignment on contract, so I have both of those, and I bring them to the title company at once. And you know, in your beginning stages, you may not be able to do that if your cash buyer list is not that high, but I would recommend you all to do that so you won't waste their time, and that your first interaction with that title company will be a good interaction so they can know, okay, this person always closes no matter what, you know? And it's just really good to establish that in the first encounter with them. So I hope you all really enjoyed this video as I talk about title companies and attorneys and closing wholesale deals in 2020 with title companies. And there's a whole bunch of things, you know, a lot of title companies think it's illegal. So you're going to get that. So like out of like 100 title companies you call, you may get like a good 10 that actually would do assignments on contracts. Any title company should be able to double close, but it's just the assignment may not be as favorable or popular among title companies. I actually had a title company, they would do an assignment, but they wouldn't do a double close, which was kind of strange for me, but it was whatever. So yeah, I hope you all truly enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, and then comment down below on what title companies you are using and how you are finding them yourself. All right, I'll talk to you all later.